Pick Six Podcast, CBS Sports Daily NFL Podcast. I'm Will Brinson. I'm your host. It is probably Friday, September the 9th. If you were listening to the podcast, if you were watching us live on YouTube, we go live after every single game on YouTube. Sometimes immediately in the aftermath. Sometimes we got to wait for the nature of the game to soak in. Sometimes we watch Ryan Wilson lose tattoo bets during live games. That happened 2 years ago.
Sometimes you have to wait for me to get situated on a tree outside the Super Bowl.
That's right. Sometimes Breech has to do grades. But generally speaking, we go live pretty quickly after the games.
Sometimes the host has to take a poop.
Down a beat down from the Bills to the Rams, John Breech and a very grumpy Ryan Wilson.
I'm not grumpy at all. Debo and I had a nice conversation while you were using the bathroom, according to you. And Breech had a Fresh Prince themed Brinson rap as to why you were late, so you missed that as well. So we are all in great spirits. And by the way, Breech, one person on this podcast picked the Rams to win. Do you know who that was?
It wasn't me. I don't think it was you. So in the process of elimination, I am gonna say
that guy.
I can't turn my thumb apart. There we go.
And that's why he's grumpy and tried to reverse grump me. Breech and I want to know you're 0-1. The beat down is on again.
Oh man, the reverse grump. He went for the rump, man.
Okay,
not on the first Thursday night podcast of the season.
We'll get to the Bills Rams game in a second. It was a beatdown. Rams weren't close. If anything, you should have bet the Bills at halftime because I think they had 3 turnovers in the first half.
Yes. And
were absolutely dominant. There's really the Rams had a 57-yard field goal to tie it up right before the half, and it was. I mean, that was a bloodbath. We can talk about the YouTube header in a minute. Let's just get in the game first. I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was the defection of Von Miller from.
It's like he escaped the country of Los Angeles and got to Buffalo. He probably
escaped from LA. Kurt Russell.
There it is.
Something like that.
Escape from New York was 1980. So yeah,
that's the most times. I mean, Matthew Stafford 29-41, 240 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. I think. Two of them were tip drills. One was
the last one. Greg Rousseau made a great play.
Yeah, it was Boogie Basham, I think.
Boogie Basham, right here, right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to make excuses for him. Like the Rams' offense sucked. I guess the biggest thing for me is that the loss of Andrew Whitworth, Odell Beckham, and Von Miller,
and Van Jefferson for the game.
And Van Jefferson for this game. Like, remember when Odell Beckham, like the Rams looked like they were about to blow out the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and then OBJ got hurt.
How'd he get hurt?
Towards ACL.
Turf monster.
Because Matthew Stafford threw a bad pass to him. So this comes full circle.
Hey, look, Matthew Stafford already won his title. Like, you don't have to sit here and bash. I'm not going to listen to you bash Matthew Stafford for 17 weeks.
What are you going to do?
What if he loses all his games 30? What if he loses all his games 31-10, Brinson?
And he throws a no-look interception each and every game. He's already 1 for 1 on that part.
Okay, look. The takeaway
is grumpy now.
The takeaway for me is I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy. You're grumpy.
Here, let me go through. I wrote these questions down before the game, and you guys can collectively answer how they went. So I'll just go down the list. How did new Bills offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey do?
He was fantastic.
A+.
Any concerns about Josh Allen running 50 times a game?
The rushing when you're up 31-10 or like 24-10 was outrageous.
I am so concerned that he's going to get a stupid injury that's going to keep him out for a few games because they're being bullheaded.
Or at the very least, like it'll be a Cam Newton situation where you ran just too much and it builds up the wear and tear, or you'll take a shot to the shoulder.
Yep. One of the tackles, his head slammed to the turf. I think one near the goal line before he eventually scored. That's a concern for me.
Are they trying to drag? They want to try to drag me or Matthew Stafford?
You're one of the same.
In the chat, there's always like, that's why I'm here to drag him.
Oh, that's you and or your choice. All right, next question.
I lost money on Rams plus 2.5, guys. Yeah, I get it. Like everybody, I had the Rams. Like it's okay. Sometimes you don't hit every football game every season.
You bet the Rams like you bet NC State. All right, how about this question? How did the young Bills secondary do without Tre'Davious White?
I thought they were very impressive.
Benford was really good, the 6th-round pick out of Illinois.
The Bills' defensive line
helped
a lot. Like they are deep and they are talented.
And Ed Oliver got hurt just before the half, and he wasn't even a factor in the second half.
I mean, Von Miller, it's like the trickle-down effect of having Von Miller there, where now all of a sudden Boogie Basham and Gregory Rousseau, who are your former first and second round picks, I believe, aren't required to be the number one pass rusher on the teon. Von Miller's clearly going to be teaching them tricks. Like even, Aaron Donald was like pointing out that that Von Miller was a huge influence on him in terms of like leadership and pass rush. And then Von himself, dude, like there was that one sack, I think it was his last sack, maybe his second one of Stafford. He did he got under the offensive lineman
and then the double duck.
Yeah, the double duck. I mean, if Von Miller plays like that all year, he could win Defensive Player of the Year.
So Greg Rousseau had 1 sack. Boogie Basham had 1 sack in the interception that you mentioned. AJ Epinesa, who was much maligned early in his career, had 1.5 sacks. Von had 2. Jordan Phillips up the middle had 1.5. I mean, it was a full on.
If all the Bills, like, all right, let me ask you this: do you think it was? What? They're trying to start a Brinson sucks chant in the chat already. Debo's feeling himself. My God.
It's not so funny when the avatars. Wait till we get to the avatar conversation.
By the way, hit the I know, smash the like button if you're watching the video. Turn on alerts, subscribe. We'll be live. There's a 30-minute window, the 30-minute alert that goes out. I can't imagine that we were actually ahead of the 30-minute window. That would be interesting for me to throw back in Ryan's face. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anywho,
I got another question.
This important notice. We're gonna do the Super Bowl draft on this episode.
What?
Oh,
that's breaking news.
That's the plan.
So if you're watching
last year,
yep. Have you guys have it? Ooh, pay up, kids.
I'm getting my Venmo out right now.
Venmo me. It's at Will Brinson.
Venmo me. Real name.
Let me get my phone. I'll be right back.
Okay. Is it Will Dash Brinson? Is there a hyphen anywhere?
No, just at Will Brinson. Why are people surprised I was able to get that? If you want to join our Super Bowl draft, so we'll do a snake draft. We'll pick somebody from the comments, somebody from the chat who can join us in the draft. What do we do? $20 a piece?
I think that's what we did. What did we do?
33? Yeah. No, the 3 of us put in 33.
Oh, yeah. So basically, if the
listener wins, they get 100.
Yeah, $100 to the winner.
If one of us wins, we get 66.
You guys send me $33 a piece.
I'm sending it right now.
Okay, good. Venmoing live on.
Is that legal? Am I allowed to pay off a bet to you live on a podcast?
C-Rad in the chat right now. But we'll grab someone new. I'm going to go random generator and pick someone.
Well, let's keep. We'll promote it one more time because we'll do it after we talk about the Bills and Rams. I do think that one, that is a statement game from Buffalo. That could have been worse than 31-10. They went in there and slaughtered the Rams. Now, I do have a couple of concerns about the running game. Devin Singletary looked pretty good. Zach Moss flashed a little bit at times. Obviously, Josh Allen is a problem running the ball, but the Bills are going to have to be able to run the ball some to close out these games. And I'm not entirely sure that they can do it. But if Josh Allen's going 26 of 31 for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns, he did have 2 picks. One was a bad throw. One was not his fault. It was on Isaiah McKenzie. Spread the ball around really nicely. McKenzie had 2 catches, 19 yards and a touch. Stephon Diggs had 8 catches, 122 and a touch. Absolutely, Jalen Ramsey just blew the coverage going downfield, but Diggs just remains elite. And it looks like Gabe Davis, who finished with 5 targets, 4 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown. It really looks like he might very well be a 1A-ish to Stephon Diggs, which is just going to be a problemo for everybody in the NFL that tries to stop them. I think, if anything, tonight makes you wish you would put an absurd amount of money on the Bills to win the AFC East and just let it, sure, you got to let it sit there for minus.
Disrespectful to Mac Jones.
I mean, do you
know, I'll just say real quick, it is funny because this game kind of reminded me of the Chiefs-Patriots opener in 2017. I don't know if you guys remember that when Patriots, obviously defending Super Bowl champ, Kansas City went in there and just thrashed them. They won by 2 touchdowns. And it was kind of obviously the Bills.
One thing quickly, Kareem Hunt, I think, fumbled on his first touch, just like James Cook did tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Same game. Yeah, so that's it comes full circle there, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, should the Chiefs be the Super Bowl favorite now?" It's not the exact same because the Bills were the Super Bowl favorite going into tonight's game. The Chiefs were not the Super Bowl favorite going into that game, and then you had, the Chiefs ended up making the playoffs and losing. but it is.
There's
There's a reason to be there's a reason to be hyped up right now, but
2017. I think you said 2018.
I think I said 17.
Okay, it was 17.
I got it, Brinson. I got it under control. But yeah, I mean, they deserve the hype they're about to get. They were already hyped up. Now the hype train is going to be going up, jacked up like 7 more speeds here. This is going to be we're all on psychedelic drugs watching the Bills at this point because that's how crazy things are about to get.
I'm watching the Sean McVay press conference. Can't hear it, obviously, but maybe this is a Miami of Ohio thing. He has the same haircut as Breech, too, as well as Ren 10.
That's right.
He looks like he wants to have the same haircut, but he just,
Who?
Eric K. Miami of Ohio.
Fellow Miami of Ohioan.
Yeah. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, wow. That was the 3rd worst loss ever by the Rams under. You can see this on our YouTube graphic. Under Sean McVay, they lost in week 12 to the Ravens in 2019 by 39. I forgot about them. Lost by 23 in 2019 at the Cowboys, and then 21 this time, and then twice against the 49ers, once in 2017 and once in 2021. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your panic for the Rams?
0.
Okay, yeah, that's probably right.
I thought this. I don't know if you were betting with your heart or not, Brinson, but I thought the Bills were going to win. Not easily, but I thought they were going to cover. I don't know what it closed at, but it was a 2.5.
2.5, yeah. We're close to 2. They got a little steam late.
Yeah, so I mean, they were giving 2.5 on the road, and I still felt completely fine with that. In part because did the Rams get better over the offseason? They lost Von Miller. They had Allen Robinson. You were tweeting jokes about Allen Robinson, and by the end of the game, he was a non-factor. They didn't have Van Jefferson in this game. Odell Beckham was on the sidelines, dressed up in yellow breeches and a blue shirt, I think. So he had his Ram colors on, but he can't play. And Cooper Kupp remains awesome, but if you have one player in your team, that's not going to get it done offensively. Tyler Higbee dropped a couple of passes. Matthew Stafford, maybe his elbow isn't 100%. I don't know. He made some not head-scratching mistakes. He made Matthew Stafford mistakes. I thought he looked good in the first half, and then I thought the wheels fell off once the Bills came out and got going in the second half.
And to answer Brinson's question real quick, I wouldn't say I'm a 0 on the concern level. I'm probably like a 2.5. It's low, but it's not 0. Just because you guys mentioned all the issues when you lose Odell, you lose Von Miller, the offensive line took a huge step back, and Matthew Stafford cannot take 7 sacks. He's not Joe Burrow. You can't be sacked.
Most times he's ever been sacked with the Rams. I mean,
but here's the thing.
Well, right, and here's real quick on the sacks. Last year, the Rams went 9-1 when Stafford was sacked 0 or 1 time in a game. They went 3-4 when he was sacked 2 or more times. So basically, if he was sacked multiple times, they had a losing record.
I would hope your record should be great if your quarterback is sacked 1 time per game.
Yeah. The other thing is that's the best defensive line in football. So there's no, I mean, you're not happy about giving up 7 sacks.
The Bills are the best defensive line in football?
The front 4, maybe front 7.
If you just look at it like that's the best team the Rams are going to play all season. How about that, Ryan?
It's easily the best team the Rams are going to play all season.
So if you're the Rams, you're thinking it's all downhill from there. Whatever, we lost this one. We have the Falcons next week. We'll be 1-1.
No, I agree with that. That's why I said 0. Because, I mean, they're rotating guys in with Ed Oliver on the bench with 1 leg, and nothing changes. So you just have to mark it up to being that they were the better team up front and go from there. I don't have any concern. Also, I mean, does it change even the percentages of who you think wins the NFC West now?
I had the 49ers winning anyway, so I mean, like,
oh, that's bold.
Does not. I had the Rams winning it. I picked the Rams to lose this game, so everything's going as scheduled.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, look, the Bills came out, and this is sort of where I think I probably missed the handicap too. Is like, first of all, the Ken Dorsey thing, not an issue.
Yeah,
right?
I wasn't worried about that.
I mean, it's at least a new coordinator. I also thought that like a couple of times, the Rams had like the long touchdown to Diggs that I think made it a Diggs touchdown make it 31-10. It was like they had a 3rd and 4, and they brought the house pressure on Allen. It kind of got home, but not really. He had to roll out to the right, and Jalen Ramsey was waiting to see if I think he was waiting to see, like, he messed up his coverage, and Diggs just took off on a vertical route. And like, if you bring pressure on Josh Allen and don't get home, he's going to beat you deep because he has Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, who are just burners, who excel at like destroying man coverage. So Yeah, I mean, I do think that I just think that like this is the Bills came to play, and I underestimated the importance of losing Odell Beckham. I mean, Robinson didn't bring anything to the table. I mean, he looked like.
I don't think you underestimated it.
I think I underestimated the Whitworth, the OBJ, and the Von Miller departures just in terms of how it would affect them.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say it's Whitworth last year's version. No drop off because he's 40 years old or whatever he is. He's having the exact same results as No Boom does against Von Miller. Like he isn't the reason they lost. I think the issue is you face the best team in football and you got your ass handed to you. But there's no shame in that because
is this your wife in the chat? Bingle Babe says Rams are exposed for the frauds they are. They were gifted that ring by the refs. Is that your wife?
Yeah. That is not, but that's something she would say.
Yeah,
she's been brainwashed.
Breech, does this loss by the Rams make you really regret not winning the Super Bowl?
It doesn't. The thing that made me regret it is that this game would have been Cincinnati tonight if the Bengals had won the Super Bowl, and I would be in Cincinnati right now and not talking
watching the Bills put a beat down on the Bengals.
Is there anything to be worried about with the Bills?
Yeah, Josh Allen running the ball 50 times a game.
Too much. Maybe the run game, I guess you could say.
No,
the run game was fine. Devin
Singletary. The Bills are Tennessee at home on Monday night, at Miami, at Baltimore, home against Pittsburgh, at KC. What is their record after 6 weeks?
They're going to lose at least one of those games to the Steelers. The other games, I don't know.
They could smoke everybody in their path.
Yeah. The problem, I mean, I can't say it enough. When you have 8 guys that you can cycle through on the defensive line, and by the way, it was 4,000 degrees in Los Angeles today. There was no signs that anyone on the defensive line was tired. They were just getting after it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the thing is like that's been the Bills' biggest that's been sort of their Achilles heel is they just didn't have the pass rush. And if Rousseau, Epineza, Boogie Basham, and like all like sort of break out in a year where they added Von Miller, I mean, they're going to be the best defense in football, and it's not going to be close.
Yep. And those are with the Isaiah McKenzie mistake. He came back and scored the touchdown. Jameson Crowder got a lot of snaps in that slot as well.
It is really unbelievable that if those 2 interceptions that weren't Josh Allen's fault, if those don't happen,
one was definitely a bad throw by Josh Allen.
The finals, I mean, but it shouldn't have been picked off. It was in the receiver's hands.
It was no, it was a bad throw.
That was the first one. The second one he threw
in the receiver's hands. You catch the ball. Just catch the ball.
Either way, but your point is that
the final score of this game could have been 48-10. I mean, this was just such a blowout. It was
could have been 31-3.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, James Cook had the silly fumble. Zach Moss late in the game had the silly fumble. I mean, they could have shut him out.
Yeah, it could have been. Really
also worth noting, we talked the last mailbag podcast about whether, or maybe Breech and I were talking about this on one of the podcasts, whether you take Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay, and I took Kyle Shanahan because he was better with timeouts and
McVay's play calling was not great.
I couldn't count after the first half. 7 of the 10 first downs that they had were runs.
With Darrell Henderson and a bad offensive line against a defensive line that knew what was coming.
What's the plan here? Like, why would you continue to do that?
It is you cannot do that and put yourself in second and long against this pass rush from the Bills and with Matthew Stafford not having protection. It was a poor game planning. Not very impressive. All right, let's you want to take a break and then we'll do some winners and losers, or do winners and losers and then take a break?
I feel like we should do winners and losers, then take a break, and then are we going to the draft after that?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to say my big winner from this game is Gabe Davis. Actually, I believe he outsnapped Stephon Diggs. Very clearly a major part of what the Bills want to do on offense in 2022. The playoff game was not a fluke. And if he is playing, he had, quote unquote, only 5 targets. Diggs ended up with more targets, but, clearly a vertical threat, clearly somebody Josh Allen keys in on. And so I will say Gabe Davis is a big winner. What about you, Wilson? Obviously, Breech's big winner are the Bengals because they didn't have to get beat by the Bills tonight
on national television. I'll take the I'm going to take the easy one, Breech. Sorry, I'm going to go with Von Miller. Yeah. He would have been a big winner had he stayed in LA because they could have certainly used him, and then he went to Buffalo and was the difference in large part. I mean, there were a lot of, you could say there were 11 difference makers on that defense, but he was one of the big ones, and they had no answers for him even at age, 30, 31. So huge development, big problem for the rest of the AFC once that part of the schedule.
Von Miller is 33.
Good sweet mercy.
And he looked like a 27-year-old out there. If that is the Von Miller that the Bills get all season, I mean, they're on a cakewalk to the 1 seed in the AFC.
All right, let's not go. Don't go crazy. It's been one game. We haven't seen Mr. Trubisky play yet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Breech, let me guess. You're going to say Matt Gay for the 57-yard field goal in the first half.
Well, I was thinking about it, but you just stole it, so now I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm going to say the winner was the NBC broadcast crew because the Bills didn't punt in the game, so they didn't have to have the conversation about the Bills punting situation.
Did the Rams punt?
Yes, the Rams did punt multiple times. I think at least 3. I can look it up. Nope, 4. They punted 4 times. And Riley Dixon actually had a fantastic game.
Oh, Riley Dixon. Syracuse's own Riley Dixon.
Yeah, even Tarico mentioned he went to Syracuse on the podcast. And my other winner is Josh Allen because he went full Josh Allen. We've all been talking about my fantasy strategy before every season is get Josh Allen on your team, and you're almost guaranteed a trip to the finals.
Sean Wagner McGuff speaks again.
I got to the finals of 3 fantasy leagues last year with Josh Allen as my quarterback. And I mean, this is why. He did everything.
How about any of those teams?
I did not.
Did you have Derrick Henry?
No.
By the way, I was trying to
proof of these.
No,
these?
don't fall for it. Just
why do you keep falling for his lies?
This is true.
Did you run a marathon while you were playing fantasy football and set records?
You should be able to get a screenshot of that within like 5 minutes, easily.
So as I was watching Josh Allen carve up the Rams, I was trying to figure out he was finished 26-31. I think you mentioned that already, Brinson. But at no point did he seem hurried or troubled or having trouble finding the right player to throw the ball to. He reminded me, not physically and not in terms of arm strength or athleticism, but how I used to feel watching Drew Brees. Like there was no way to sort of fool Drew Brees.
No way to defeat it.
He was going to always find 5-yard checkdowns that turned into 10-yard gains, and he just did it over and over again. And the difference is that he's Frankenstein quarterback built in the lab that can do the things that he did, most noticeably that throw to Steph Diggs.
Well, those checkdowns are so it's not like his game. Like he likes to get vertical. He likes to try and go for the big play. He likes to extend the play and try to take it on running. And his willingness to take those checkdowns is a huge sign of maturity. He's gotten better at it over the past few years, but like his accuracy is incredible tonight. There were no, and he's managed to harness his velocity with the accuracy. It's a problem. Like he should probably be 2-1 to win the MVP at the highest right now. I mean, I know it's one game, but I
haven't seen Justin Herbert yet. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed. Loser. I'll take can I take the easy one, or you guys want to?
Yeah, no, you should own this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say Cam Akers.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you were gonna say Cam Akers.
Yeah, Josh Allen had a 36 or 35-point fantasy game. What a beast. No, I was gonna say Cam. I mean, Cam Akers just
can't. You're really gonna say Cam? You're blaming this on Cam Akers?
No, I'm saying it's a loser. I'm not saying it's his fault they lost.
You could ask 1,000 people the first name that comes to mind as a loser for this game, and Cam Akers would never ever come up unless you were Matthew Stafford or Will Brinson.
Take Matthew Stafford then. I mean,
I want you to own Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he wants you to say it. Say it, Brinson.
Fine. I mean, I'll take Matthew Stafford as a loser. He threw 3 interceptions, had 1 passing touchdown, had a bad game, was inaccurate, threw high on a bunch of throws, and had no protection. Like
Oh, you had to throw that last one in. Don't make excuses.
I mean, I might tell you to F off. Like I really might like say a cuss word at some point. Like I get it. I get the trolling on it, but like,
is he still going to the Hall of Fame? You think?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Breech. Who's your loser?
My loser is Allen Robinson.
That's an obvious one too. There's 3 big losers. Sean McVay could be a loser too.
I mean, look, Allen Robinson. All the talk was, "Hey, look, Allen Robinson's finally playing with a competent quarterback. He's never really
dominating in the red zone, like in the preseason or like the offseason.
He would be able to tear it up, and he got exactly 2 targets and finished with 12 yards. So that is, you want a little more than that from the guy who's supposed to take pressure off Cooper Kupp, and in fact did not. And Cooper Kupp still did what Cooper Kupp does, and time is a flat circle. Nothing matters because he's the only one that's going to get the ball in that offense.
I'm going to go with an obscure player, somehow more obscure than
Tutu Atwell.
Cam Akers. Tutu Atwell did not have a great. He had 1 drop, I believe. This guy had 7 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, a pass defended, but unfortunately, he was on the business end of that Josh Allen stiff arm. That was a man's stiff arm.
Yeah.
So Nick Scott you weren't a loser in the sense that you played poorly. I thought you actually played pretty well, but you're a loser in the sense that Josh Allen got the best of you in that one play. So that was just says more about the athleticism of Josh Allen than it does about anything else. But hey, at least you didn't get the treatment, the other Josh treatment. Who's the cornerback? Josh, what's his name that played for the Bills at the time when he got stiff armed by Derrick Henry into the moon?
That would be Josh Norman.
Yeah, Josh Norman. It wasn't anything like that, but shout out to Josh Allen for
an all-timer.
That's an
I've seen it where it's like people are like, oh, the Rams are toast. This is over. Good run. You had a good run. It's over.
What did you think was going to happen tonight? Not 31-10, but if they lost by 7.5.
I mean, I know the Bills are dominating, but
McVay had never lost an opener before, so we don't know how he's going to recover.
Under 500 for the first time in his career.
We don't know how he's going to recover. He'll be fine. If they were playing in the AFC West, I'd be very concerned. Luckily, they play in the NFC.
You're getting dragged into the comments, Wilson. Remember when Brian Wilson used to LOL about Josh Allen, quote, lateraling balls over his head, end quote?
That's true.
Up high, down hard.
That is very
Pull
true.
Up your pants.
That was the Texas playoff game where he played like he had just learned how to throw a football 2 hours before the game. That's not. I'm not saying false things, but he's really good now.
Everyone is poor in the chat apparently because they followed me on the Rams plus 2.5. Yeah, so no, let me take the L.
Oh, speaking of which, go to Will Brinson on Venmo and ask him for money. He loves that.
Did you guys send me money?
Yeah, of course I did. I sent you a nice.
You have at least $33 in your account because I just sent it to you.
You have at least $66.69 in your account, and I sent you a nice little note.
Oh, you guys did send it to me. For being a steaming turd.
That's the first time I've ever used a poop emoji, by the way. So congratulations.
Thank you, Ryan. My Venmo is at Will Brinson. You can harass me. I don't care. I don't get alerts, so it doesn't bother me.
They get you. I sent it to your email, I think, which is
no. I got it.
Can Jalen Ramsey also be a loser?
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey could be.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey.
According to PFF's initial grading, he gave up a perfect passer rating of 158.3.
Oh no!
Is that good or bad?
That is the reverse of a QB having a perfect pass rating. If you are a cornerback, you do not want to let the quarterback have a perfect pass rating against you.
Gotcha.
So bad. He allowed 6 receptions for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Somebody suggested you would take Mac Jones
for what?
Over Josh Allen.
Yeah, of course I would.
Okay, just make sure. Okay, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will do our infamous Super Bowl draft. If you're watching on YouTube live right now, type 6 in the comments. If you've already typed it, don't type it again. If you haven't put a 6 in the comments yet, do it now, and you can be eligible to be the 4th member of the Super Bowl team draft. You could win $100 if one of your teams wins the Super Bowl. And if one of ours wins, it costs you nothing. So
if you're listening on the podcast after the live show, just go to @WillBrinson on Venmo and type 6.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll decide who is going to be the 4th member of our Super Bowl draft and what teams we take coming up next. So
I'm nervous. Are we doing the draft tonight?
First of all, we got to
figure out. Are we just picking the listener?
No, we're doing the draft. Why would we pick a listener to do the draft later?
This is nerve-wracking. There's too much pressure. I can't do it.
Okay, so first of all, we got a couple more seconds to think about this. The key, obviously the first pick is going to be the Bills, right? I mean, like we have a win and you look great. So we got to figure out how we're going to decide who gets the first pick.
Just Debo can do a random number generator between 1 and 50, and we'll all pick a number, and whichever one gets closest to that number has the first pick. I like that. What are you going to say? Is something worse or better than that, Breech?
I was just going to say I could just hold a number behind my head.
Yeah, we'll believe you not to lie. That's a great.
Do it like that. You'll be able to see if I switch it.
How can I see if you switch it? Your head's in the way.
You'll see my arm twitch.
Right, Breech, you're not picking anything.
I know.
I'll write the number down.
No. Right. Why can't Debo just do it?
Debo, are you ready to?
We got a couple more coming in, so I'm going to add a couple more to the generator. Is there maybe anything you want to discuss in the Pick 6 world today with images that may have dropped?
Yes, that's right. All right, the YouTube header. If you're watching on YouTube, on your desktop.
Don't give away the names of the 4 avatars. And why don't we let people guess who they are? And then
can you put it up on the screen and see if people can guess? I mean, it's pretty obvious who's who. Right,
if
so
you're
this
not
is the new avatar on the Pick Six homepage.
If you're listening on the if you're just listening to the podcast, you have to go to youtube.com/pick6. You can see the new.
Disturbing that now, like my handsome photo is no longer up there. Thank goodness I saved that picture.
This one is much better. I didn't want to say.
Well, it makes it a team thing.
No, your face in particular is much more appealing this way.
So Breech's is pretty easy. They gave him too much meat on the goatee, but he does says Breech on the back of his jersey. It's very on brand. Your hair looks exactly like your hair does when it's long. The goatee is, if the mustache were a little thinner, it would be almost perfect. Your ears are even weird like that.
He looks like Danny Trejo if he had a haircut.
There's a little skid mark in your football shorts. That checks out too.
Checks out because he doesn't wear underwear, so that makes sense.
Well, you know what? I have a skid mark because I'm trying to use the toilet, but Brinson's on it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that I'm sitting on a toilet and I'm scared of a football.
It's like
I get it. Like I get it. Like
specifically, I think that's a wheelchair toilet. So they had to roll you to that place, and they left you there, and you're waving.
I like that they made me a little fat. That's very nice. I'm like just a little beer belly. I'm wearing like I guess I'm wearing a sweater with a polo, or is that a long sleeve polo?
It's a Carolina blue sweater.
I also only have 4. This is a Carolina blue sweater. Who's the troll doing this? I also only have 4 fingers, which is concerning.
Well, your hair looks great though.
I do have great hair and a beard.
And why are you making that face? Like you just
I just saw football and I've never seen one before.
And like your outfit doesn't match. You shouldn't be wearing a teal shirt with.
If I look up like this, I'm trying to look up the same.
Like that.
I kind of look like that guy. Like it's a pretty good,
that's a good rendering for sure.
Yeah. Wilson's is pretty obvious.
I have hair,
tattoo, but you're being a Steelers homer.
I have hair,
your midriff,
and you can see my midriff.
Yeah. Does anyone in the chat?
Bob Swirsky already knows what it is.
Yeah, it's a good question from Samir. Why are Brinson's pants on if he's on the toilet?
That's how Brinson uses the toilet.
He's got a zipper in the back of his denims.
Toilet is perfect where all his picks belong. Husky Brinson, thank you. I mean,
Husky. Husky's a great word that's not.
So can anyone? There's a couple in the chat, but can anyone? Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, go to youtube.com/pick6 and check it out. It's basically cartoon renderings of us, the 3 of us, the super friends. But there's a 4th guy here, and we saw it. We're like, why? Who's this creepy dude trying to hang out with us?
Why is Ed
He's bald. He's got like red face, like he's been drinking Mad Dog all afternoon. He's got little floppy ears, and he's tossing a football in the air. He just looks like a doofus. And we're like, who is that?
People know.
And wait, we literally had a debate about who this was. We had no idea. No idea.
Is that what they think Sully looks like? Or like, is that Debo? Like, what?
That's Sean.
Obviously. Yeah, it's like, is that like Brady? Like they're just trolling Brady Quinn? No, of course. It's Petey Pancakes. Pete Prisco is there. I'm on a text thread with.
How'd he take it?
Very poorly. Very, very poorly.
Who'd he blame?
Is he trying to get someone fired?
He's threatened to get somebody fired. He did. He was like, I will get somebody fired. They will change it. I will also not do the podcast anymore. I hate this podcast. Very stupid.
Shout out to Dylan Boyd, who says real fire in his belly. True that on the Prisco.
Also, like Pete, that's way too skinny for Pete.
Prisco looks like the dad from what was that show with Kevin Arnold?
The Wonder Years?
He looks like the dad from Wonder Years, but with less hair.
Debo, were you insulted that they didn't offer to put you on there?
Debo was the brains behind this. He got Prisco on there.
Debo saw Prisco looked like it was thanking God he's not in there.
No. But Debo still thinks he's leaving this podcast. So for some reason, I don't know why.
I would like to share a previous rendering of.
Oh yes, yes,
of Pete Prisco. Please have your phone ready to screenshot this.
I am ready to screenshot.
I know it's past his bedtime.
No, he ain't asleep yet. Fire as long as before midnight. Oh my god, that's actually better. I feel like Pete. You know what Pete started doing? He's like Barstool and Pardon My Take did a great job with their picture of me. Can you bring that one up and show us what the?
Why is Pete wearing your outfit? It's like he mugged you and put on your sweater and your jeans.
All right, I'm gonna text this to.
Okay. And why is he sitting next to what looks like a textbook?
Because he was studying all night. That's why he's sleeping.
Let's just text it to Pete.
Oh my god! That looks like a character from King of the Hill.
Yeah,
like a Mr. Dotrieve.
He looks like he's again, like why do they keep letting Pete off the hook by making him too skinny? What
he's got his pants on backwards and no pockets. That's weird. Uh-oh.
Snarfed and like threw up. What Debo, how much input did you have?
Oh, he made these. He took a Photoshop class just to learn how to make these avatars.
Yeah, I've been working all summer. The reason I want to get off this pod is to become an illustrator so I can do more Prisco designs.
Dreams are coming true.
I gave some good insight for people that may not know this crew as well. I gave them a few bullet points on each person. And
I mean, I feel like there's definitely like, I mean, I feel like you took a personal assault on me. You're like, this guy didn't.
What are you talking about?
I'm scared of the football and like I'm sitting on a toilet. Like,
but you know what picture that's from, right?
No, I shared them the clip of the Super Bowl, and I think a word I definitely used to describe you was disheveled.
I said that in the
Rams. Right. Wait, who won that Super Bowl and who lost that Super Bowl? I can't remember.
Brinson, that's last year.
Oh, we missed.
You didn't know that was from the. I said that in the text to Sean.
No, I kind of quit reading it for like the 18th.
That's literally the frame where you almost thought you were going to get killed.
That makes more sense. Then.
You thought, I mean, it's insane that you thought this is what the best thing could come up with. You sitting on the toilet wearing jeans and a Carolina blue sweatshirt, not being able to catch a football. This is taken strictly from real life.
So what's Breech is from? Breech doesn't turn around and point it. Look at they gave Breech muscles. That disturbs me.
That's Breech's high school yearbook picture, but Breech
has like toilet paper stuffed in his shirt, just like to make it look like he's got muscles. Like,
no, I'm wearing shoulder pads. I'm wearing the little kicker shoulder pads.
I have to get some ice. Why don't you guys talk a little bit more about Prisco, and then we'll do the Super Bowl draft.
Okay.
Wilson, I have a great plan, but I'm not going to say it until Brinson gets up.
All right. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Brinson, you got to go, man. We can't have an awkward pause in the podcast.
What do you think he's getting ice for?
No, so let's do the Super Bowl draft now while he's gone. How funny would that be?
Minimally funny. Debo, how far along are we? Have you done the random number generator yet to figure out who's getting what?
Yeah, we have our person. As long as they're around and kind of respond in the chat pretty quickly, this will be our guy. And it is after the random generator. It is Caleb Campson.
Oh, congratulations!
What if it would have been C-Rad again? That would have been hilarious.
C-Rad passed the torch earlier in the chat. He's here hanging in the chat, but he said it's someone else's turn. So Caleb, if you're hanging with us, hit us back, and you will be in the draft. And let's determine the order while Brinson's gone.
Okay.
Let's let the listener go first. Let's be gentlemen.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. But then after that, how do we want to do it? Debo should pick a number between 1 and 50, and then we'll pick. Of course, Caleb hasn't responded yet. There he is.
Caleb is here.
There.
Congrats.
Caleb's our fourth?
Yeah. He gets the first pick because we're gentlemen. And then Debo's going to.
What was the plan? What's the Breech's evil plan? Somebody in the chat, tell me.
We're going to pick a number between 1 and 50. Or Debo will pick a number between 1 and 50, and then we'll pick numbers between 1 and 50, and whoever's closest, that'll determine picks 2, 3, and 4. How's that work?
Don't you think that the first pick should go to the person who won last year?
No. That person should go last.
That's
like you get the last pick in the draft in the NFL. Why should this be any different?
So listener gets first pick. We just set some standard rules moving forward for this.
Yeah, Caleb gets the first pick because he's.
Well, I would like the rules to be incorporate my feelings as well, not you guys hatching a plan.
Well, you were getting ice, and we had to come up with the rules while you were gone.
Yeah,
ice for my bourbon.
Ice.
All right. So, Debo, do you got a number?
I got a number.
All right.
By the way, the plans are coming out. One, his plan was to do the draft before you got back. Another said he wanted to murder you because he's a serial killer. Watch out.
Yeah.
These all check out.
These are all true. All right, Breech, you pick first because you're weird, and I want to see what number you come up with between 1 and 50. Debo has a number in mind.
Well, I could play it down the middle and go 25, but I'm not going to do that. Debo strikes me as a lower number guy, so I'm going to say 11.
That's a good bet.
That was my guess.
You can't have the same number.
That's my lucky number. I was going to go 11. All right, I'll go.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Hold on.
Brinson's going to clash.
You go ahead. I gotta look something up before I make my guess.
No, what are you looking up? Don't look up his birthday. Just
I'm not looking up his. I'll go 9.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So all I got to do now is go 12.
That's unfair to me that you guys boxed me in.
Sucks to be you.
Oh, we missed.
It also means like I can't draft.
He may have pulled a hamstring or a
I hope
muscle, and there is complete elation.
What's the number's 10? I'm gonna.
What if it's 25?
Then I went
with the favorite football player number and number 20.
Yes.
Oh. Thank you, Brinson. Saved me there. That's a great start to the season for me.
I went 9 because it's Nick Foles.
Good one. No, I thought you were thinking along those lines, Brinson. I thought you might have it.
Yeah, like if you had gone, like if you said 88, I don't know what I'd have done then. All right, so
who's 20? Who's your favorite?
I just
Brian Dawkins.
Oh,
okay.
So, but we're doing snake draft here.
We talked about the game for 6 minutes tonight. That's not true. We talked about the game for like 18 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah, we're 41 minutes into this thing. That's all
we
we
talked
talked
about the game
about.
for a long time. Just rewind at the beginning, watch it.
Last 30 minutes we talked about.
It was an effing beatdown. We can't talk about the game for 42 minutes. Like, well, what did you think about the Van Jefferson's absence? We talked about that. Anyway, all right. So
yeah, that's
20. That means wait, what did you say? You said 12?
It's me, and then it's
Breech and me.
Yeah.
All right. So Caleb, just confirm in the chat that you're taking the bill. Oh, sorry. So if you're listening to the podcast, we have Caleb Campson from the chat on YouTube. He is the 4th member of the Super Friends who will guess. We'll pick Super Bowl teams. The winner, if Caleb wins, he gets $99. If one of us wins, we get $66. So no entry fee for the listener. And we will announce the teams as we go. I assume he's going to take the Bills.
Well, we'll see. He might pull a crazy one on us.
Are we drafting every single team so everybody gets 8 teams?
No, what did we do last time?
We did it. We did it November last time, so a lot of teams you really got a feeling they weren't in it anymore.
I don't care.
And we each drafted 4.
What should we do?
I don't care.
I think 8's probably too many.
But we could not have a winner if we only do 4.
I like you guys like not having a chance to win if there's a surprise team that isn't one of your 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, I like the idea that like it's if you just completely miss, you might be
that no one wins.
Yeah.
So how many teams?
Let's do 5 each. 5 each. I like that.
I was going to say 5. That works for me. All right, so I'm up. So Caleb indeed is taking the Buffalo Bills. Debo, are you going to keep track of these?
No, Caleb said he is going to take the
Carolina Panthers,
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, golly, second offers some interesting choices here. Okay, so I'm not taking anyone in the AFC North. I'm not taking the AFC South.
Wilson, just take the Chargers. We know what you're doing.
Yeah, just take the Chargers.
I mean, should I take the Chargers or the Chiefs?
Just take. What are you going to take?
I mean, it's your pick. Which one did you pick to win the Super Bowl?
Did you pick the Chargers to win the Super Bowl?
No, I think I picked the Bills. Oh, I could look.
He picked the Chargers.
Did I?
I
can't remember. I should have. I'm going to take.
Coward.
He's a coward. I got to go with the Chiefs.
He's a coward.
The Chiefs. Yeah,
you're a coward. You're
I'll own that. I'm fine with that. Look, man, the Chargers. When's the last time the Chargers in the playoffs? Let's be real about this.
Why'd you pick them to win the Super Bowl then?
Because I wanted to hear you have that talk with your voice that high.
Well, I did. All right, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm taking the Packers.
I think you're gonna say the Bengals.
The Packers are the move it too. That's a good play.
They're gonna win 3 football games.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here.
Take the Chargers.
I don't worry about the ACU. I would have taken the Chiefs if they were at 4.
But Brinson, you get 2 picks in a row here.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose.
Well, in case the listeners didn't know, we're doing a snake draft.
So the first 3 picks are Caleb gets the Bills, Wilson takes the Chiefs, Breech takes the Packers
of Green Bay.
It gives a chance to snipe Breech on the Bengals, which would be hilarious.
You snipe me on the Bengals. That's
this
fine.
high. What are you doing?
You want to take the Bengals in the first round?
You're going to take it with you. You will take them in the second or third round if they're
not at all. I already have my second round pick decided.
Okay,
and it's not the Bengals.
I mean, I think I kind of got to stay true to my
draft board.
Yeah, my draft board. I can't mess around. Although,
okay,
Panthers, the Ravens stick to your draft board, Brinson.
I know, but there's two teams I'm staring at that make a lot of sense.
Brinson is he made fun of Wilson for not taking Chargers, and Brinson's about to do the same thing.
Yep.
All right, give me the Ravens and the Eagles.
Oh my God,
I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think he was going to do it.
He did.
My Super Bowl teams. I don't care.
All right, you get the Ravens and the Eagles. Well, I then will take the Chargers.
Slam it.
All right, Wilson. I don't see how the Chargers are better pick than the Ravens and the Eagles. You got to go out of the Chiefs.
Well,
Breech wanted to take a different team, but he was worried.
I was not worried about anything. That's what I was going to take. I was hoping you wouldn't take the Chargers, and you took your Super Bowl teams, and that's what
Chargers don't win anything, man. I've taken the Chargers for five of the last 12 years with the Super Bowl. They don't win anything.
The problem is, I mean, you can't just take all AFC teams. I'm speaking for myself here.
Look, I go down with my ship, okay? When my ship sinks, I'm there with the ship right up until my helicopter comes in and is like, let's get out of here.
And we can't question Brinson. He won it last year.
That's true.
By 3 points.
I should have had all four of the Final Four teams, too.
No, the Bengals were in the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God.
I should have. I was looking at the Bengals instead of the Saints, and I
oh, yeah. And then you passed because you had no faith in them. Because they were
what?
5-4 when we did that draft.
I'm taking the Rams. I think the Rams, we're overestimating.
Whoa.
I was kind of hoping it would get back to me on that 12.
They'll get some players back. I think they'll be okay.
All right, Caleb Campson in the chat. You get 2 picks. Who are you going with here?
2 picks.
You can do one at a time if you want. By the way, it would be tough for the Rams to win back-to-back Super Bowls. By the way, that had happened.
I mean, no one has won back-to-back Super Bowls in 2004. It's been quite a while. Sorry, Wilson.
Bucks and 49ers.
Oh, 2. Oh, that actually.
Those Bucks and 49ers. That's a good-looking start.
Yeah.
Bucks are the second Super Bowl favorites.
I know. I should have taken the Bucks. I was staring down at them, but I was actually going to be a coward with my picks.
I thought about it, but I already had an NFC.
My team's going to suck.
Wilson, why did you take the Rams over the Buccaneers?
Because I think the Saints are going to win the division. And I think this is the year.
Oh, you're staying true to your stuff, too.
This is the year Tom Brady.
All right, Wilson, snipe Breech. You don't have anybody in the AFC North. Snipe.
No, I have 2 teams I'm going for. So, Wilson, if he takes one of them, it's fine. I'm fine with it.
Snipe him.
I mean, first of all, you want me to take the Rams and the Bengals, both teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. Clearly, neither one of those teams are going back.
Breech is so desperate for you not to do the Bengals. He's trying to act. He's like, I've got 5 teams I love.
No, he deserves to take the Bengals. I don't surely they won't go. Golly, dang it. And Caleb already got the 49ers, which was actually a good pick. I don't trust.
Not a lot of good teams left.
I know. I don't trust the Cowboys here. God,
no.
Dude. No. I want to take the Raiders, but that defense scares me. I can't do the Bengals. I'm gonna.
Okay, I know who Breech's second team was.
I'm gonna take the Broncos.
The Broncos. Okay.
Oh, you took my Super Bowl winner. That's the team I picked to win it all.
That's an even better snipe.
No, it's not. I was
going to take the Bengals so he could take the Broncos.
Absolutely.
Not at all. I was happy with the Broncos or the Bengals.
To the podium and take the Bengals.
I was going to take whoever Wilson didn't pick. So with the whoever picked
11 is your guess.
I am taking the Bengals.
Wah wah.
Hey, the Bengals almost won it for me last year.
Oh boy, this is
now Brinson has 2 picks. My God,
with picks 4 and 5, Brinson selected the 9th and 13th teams in terms of Super Bowl odds. I love it.
Brinson's the New York Giants of this.
I'm not here to kowtow to Vegas's little odds numbers. I'm here to win. Okay, I pick winners.
Curious.
Hope so. I hope so.
Who won last year? Who is the only undefeated Super Bowl draft champion?
You. All right. What are your picks?
Luck.
By the way, are you sitting on a toilet now as you do these picks?
I love going through and reading the comments and all the suggestions. Saints are popular in the comments.
Don't.
No, I'm just saying. That's the comments too.
Oh, there's 100.
The first team I'm going to take.
You're taking the Colts.
Yep, Colts are the first team.
I can't believe I didn't guess that earlier.
I thought Breech was going to go Colts. I was going to take Broncos. If you went Bengals, he went Colts.
The only person who loves Matt Ryan more than you is Pete Prisco.
That's true. And
You got to be bold here. If I were bold, I'd
Are we doing 5 teams? This is not our last pick, right? Okay.
Yeah, 5 teams Breech.
Changes how I think.
Keep up.
look, I don't like pick that soundbite. I pick winners.
Oh yes, thank you.
Except for tonight in the Rams-Bills game.
Look, I lost a opener. It's fine.
Why don't you take the Jaguars? You said they're going to the playoffs.
No, I'm not going to. So I've got AFC, NFC. So I will go. 2 tough choices, but I think I will go with the New Orleans Saints.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. All right, John.
What are they? 40-1.
The Falcons are still on the board, by the way.
I have 2 I'm choosing from. And you know what?
What?
I'm going to go with one of them. Everybody loves the Philadelphia Eagles. What if they falter? What if they're not good? And you know who's going to come in and steal the NFC East? The Dallas freaking Cowboys.
They're the favors.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I wanted that one.
Sorry, Wilson.
Dang it.
All right. Wilson's got 1 and then 2 to Caleb.
And Caleb has his final 2 picks.
Yeah, gosh.
That's right, Victor. Breechbot 3000 is back for 2022.
I just can't. I can't take the Vikings here. I just am so.
Do it. He just talked himself out of the Vikings.
By the way, the 4th pick it's what pick did I have in the last draft? Or no, you guys got cute. And I went what I go like Rams and Chiefs at 4 and 5, I think, or maybe 3 and 6.
Oi.
Everybody's making fun of the Cowboys pick. Look, I know that the Cowboys called a quarterback draw with 12 seconds left in no time.
Drag him.
I already regret my pick. Can we trade our picks at the end of this?
1,000.
Can we trade our picks?
Jeez, a pizza.
Brinson, I will trade you the Cowboys for the Ravens and the Eagles, and I'll also buy you a bottle of bourbon.
Deal?
I'll
okay. So, bottle of bourbon, it has to be worth more than $33.
No, it's got to be under 30.
No, I don't want an under $30 bottle of bourbon.
But you could double win if you win the contest and get the bourbon.
But then the Cowboys have to win, and then I have to.
I'm going to end up taking every team in the AFC West. I can't do that.
You're doing a great job.
What's that?
You're doing a great job. You've got take the Raiders. That way you guaranteed somebody coming out of the AFC West.
You know what I can't believe is that Brinson, last year you had the Chiefs in the Rams, and I can't believe 2nd year in a row somebody's gotten both the Chiefs and the Rams.
True.
That's good news. All right, I guess I got to take the freaking Kirby Cousins. Dang it.
Oh my goodness.
You're taking
Kirby not feel good about that.
Caleb's taking the Raiders 100%.
What are the Patriots?
Nah, you can't touch the Patriots.
That's my secret weapon.
Yeah. Well, you just need the Vikings to come out of the NFC, and you've really cornered the Super Bowl.
Fingers crossed.
You have Chiefs. Oh, you have the Rams. Rams and Vikings, Chiefs and Broncos. Pretty good.
They all look good on paper now.
I hate my team. Ravens, Eagles.
Well, you hated your team last year, too, and look how that worked out.
I loved my team. I told you it was good. You're like, he's an idiot.
Well, I was winning till the last.
We had a vote last year. Brinson put it on his Twitter, and I don't remember who won it.
C-Rad won it, I believe.
I won. Oh, C-Rad won C-Rad had the best team on paper.
What's Caleb doing?
Caleb's on. Yeah, 2 picks for you, Caleb. His final 2 picks, then it comes back, and I have the final pick of the draft.
Ooh.
Cardinals and Raiders for Caleb.
God, that's pretty good.
Those are pretty good.
Pretty good.
Once again, a listener's just made better picks than us. So Caleb's final team is Bills, Bucks, 49ers, Cardinals, Raiders. God. He would win the poll easily.
Funny thing is, the Titans are still out there.
Titans are still out there. And you're up, Wilson. That's another funny thing about that funny thing.
Also still out there, Seahawks, Falcons, Bears, Lions.
Yes, indeed.
I have 2 teams, and I'm going to take whichever one Wilson doesn't take because he's going to take one.
Just pick one.
You know what, Wilson? I'll be honest. Last year, I winged it, and went with the Bengals with my last pick. Just saying.
I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go off the property here. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
What? That was gonna be my pick. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna pick it just so like the two and on couldn't come at me.
I just can't. I just don't trust Matt Patricia. I
Wait, Caleb asked winner gets Brinson's job. Yeah. You can.
Does Caleb know what the word winner means?
Yeah. Winner gets Wilson's job.
Yeah,
the loser gets Wilson's job.
Can I not contribute anything? But if the Commanders win, I get the whole pot.
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
You get one team.
You gotta give it. You gotta give.
Well, no, you gotta wait till the draft finishes because I might take the Commanders.
Okay,
you gotta put $16.50 in.
If the Commanders win, Debo gets all $100, and I'll get a Dan Snyder tattoo.
All right.
So there we go. That's not true. I'll get a Carson. I'll get a Carson Wentz tattoo.
So no one.
Breech, you're up. You said
Titans are still out there.
You were gonna take.
Titans are still out there.
You said you knew you had two teams. So in theory, this should be.
No, he meant he knows two football teams. That's what he meant.
Oh my god!
And there's only like 14 teams left.
I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it.
The Steelers?
The Steelers!
Yeah!
I'll take the Steelers.
I can't believe you're doing that. That is crazy.
That is
taking the Steelers.
Not because you're a Bengals fan, but because the Steelers suck.
No, I'm throwing. Hey, the Bengals were my last pick last time. It was second pick. Nobody wanted them.
They were struggling when we made that pick, right?
I think they were 5-4. They were one game over 500.
Wow. So there's what team? So the team
The Browns have the best odds of
the
any
pool I'm
team.
picking from is the Jets,
Titans,
Patriots, Browns, Texans,
Titans. No,
Titans.
Yeah, Titans still there, right? Yeah.
Jaguars.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Giants. We gave Debo the Commanders for some reason. Bears, Lions, Panthers, Falcons. God, this sucks. And the Seahawks. So the odds of like the Browns are. I'm not taking the Browns. So I'll let the chat decide who am I taking. I already know who I'm taking, but who?
Vote Texans. Vote Jets.
I'm not taking the Jets.
You just said they get to vote.
I'm not going to do what I want anyway. It doesn't matter.
Jags. That seems like something you would do.
All right. So all right. Here are the two teams I've decided.
Already typed in. We know who you're taking.
Fine, I'm taking the Jaguars. How'd you know? Yes, let's go Jaguars.
Been typed in for 3 minutes.
God, if the Jaguars win the Super Bowl,
Brinson has Jacksonville.
We had
winning the AFC South.
We had a 20-team draft, and the Titans, who won 12 games last year, had the first seed in the playoffs, have the same players coming back. They're undrafted free agents right now.
Yep. Everyone thinks Titans. Nope, not in this household. We are a Jaguars team. I might.
And I live in Nashville.
Brinson has family in Jacksonville, I believe. So he has more connection there than you do, Breech, where you're just on random killing sprees.
What do you think? I have my whole family's from Jacksonville.
That's what I just said.
I know.
You know what we could have done, or we should do? How about if your team has
back? Doug is back.
Yeah.
If the odds are 25
type Doug in the chat. Hit the like button and type Doug. I'll jump in the chat and type Doug.
Should we do a multiplier?
What does that mean?
Like he used to do with like the
if the odds are 20-1 or greater, then say the Colts win it. And who has the Colts?
Brinson
does. Brinson does. So instead of sending him 33, we have to send him 33 times 2.5.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. There's something that breaches up to something with that.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm just I'm making it more.
Where's Breech's team?
And by the way, guys, I need your social security number for
look.
I have the Bengals. They're the only. It only applies to teams with 20-1 or greater.
You have the Bengals and the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yikes.
One or both are getting the playoffs.
All right, so here are the teams, the final teams.
Yeah, let's see this.
Caleb has the Bill. I mean, Caleb's team is way better than everybody else's. He has the Bills, the Bucks, and the 49ers, plus the Cardinals and the Raiders.
That's pretty good.
It's easily the best team on paper.
That feels like a number 1 seed. All right.
Wilson has the Chiefs, Rams,
Broncos, Vikings, Dolphins.
That feels like a strong team.
I don't love it. What does Breech have?
Breech has the Packers, the Chargers, the Bengals. That should be your team. What are you doing? The Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Steelers.
That feels better than my team.
It feels like somebody who's born in lives in the 1970s is like, this is who's gonna win. It's just how it happens. And then my terrible team is the Ravens, Eagles.
Oh boy.
Colts, Saints, and Jaguars.
Wow. It feels like
my team is easily the worst if you did a poll.
It feels like 3 people pay attention to football and one person just threw darts at a dartboard after drinking 400 beers.
But also that guy won last year, so like we can't argue with him. Yeah, it's like the fantasy person who's never played before and they won.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh no, it's just it was just somebody who's smarter than you guys and nailed it.
Who was that?
Me.
Oh, interesting.
Look, starting from the 4 speed is tough. Like I wasn't going to get the Ravens or the Eagles coming back to me.
That's your fault, by the way, because you picked the wrong number in the lead up to the.
I feel like you might have, Brinson.
You think so? The Ravens weren't coming back.
The Eagles might have.
Eagles would have been there.
I wasn't.
Go back to the list.
Sorry, I had something else pulled up, ready to.
I like that we can't make him tan.
Do his ears look like sloths?
He could not stop talking about his ears. He was so Pete. We're watching the.
It looks like sloth from Goonie ears.
I thought you meant real.
Somebody asked me, yes, you took Eagles over Chargers. Yes, the Eagles have an easier path to the playoffs than the Chargers. Period.
There's a path.
Chargers have not been to the playoffs with Justin Herbert. Okay, so look, I consider the Rams. I consider the Chargers, Rams, Bucks, 49ers,
Broncos.
Maybe they might have come back. No. No, if I take the Rams, let's say I take the Rams and Bucks, or I take the Chargers.
This feels like an Alex Leatherwood situation.
I was saying if I take the Chargers and the Rams at 4 and 5, there's no way in hell that the Eagles and Ravens make it back to me at 12 and 13.
Not both teams.
Colts and the Saints.
But the question is, would you want to trade one of the teams that you have, keep the other one for one of the teams that are still out there? Like trade the Eagles for.
I was on the fence on the Eagles 49ers and.
Okay, they're about equal. In fact, I would lean Eagles.
Eagles have an easier path with that division, I think. Although obviously the Ravens.
I don't disagree with that, but well, maybe you don't want to take 2 teams. You don't want to take Ravens Chargers, for example, because they're both in the AFC, maybe.
And after 30 minutes of looking, I finally found the poll for our last draft. The listeners thought Brinson had the worst draft. This is what
here we are again, boys.
1,763 votes. Brinson got the fewest by far.
What was the date?
November 15th, 2021.
Bunch of pathetic losers. I had the 3 of the final 4, and I should have been a coward and taken. I was a coward. I didn't take the Bengals. I took the Saints instead. If I take the Bengals, I have all 4 of the final 4. And
did C-Rad have the number 1?
Yeah.
C-Rad got 40% of the votes. None of us even got 25%.
Yeah, they had the Packers and the.
Wilson had the Packers, Ravens, Patriots, and Panthers.
Panthers. You took Matt Rule and the Panthers.
What was their record at the time?
You are one pathetic loser. They finished with 5 wins.
You said
I'm pretty sure that was after 1 game of Cam.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
So Tampa Bay, Arizona, Tennessee, and Indy.
That was the strong one, and all of those teams made the playoffs except the Colts. So you get 3 out of 4.
Well, Arizona was dead man walking. Buffalo, Dallas, LA, Chargers didn't make it. Cincy.
That team is strong too.
But look at my team.
About 13 seconds.
3 of 4. I should have gone Cincy. I would have 4 of 4. God, I dusted y'all. Carol, you took the Panthers. You took the Panthers.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Because you were drunk and high.
Drugs. I don't know if Wilson has the best team, but I feel like he has the most rounded team.
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
I took the Vikings and the Dolphins. Who feels good about that?
Well, if there's going to be a surprise team, those 2 would definitely qualify.
I definitely thought about the Vikings instead of the Colts.
Why? Kirk Cousins is not someone
Kirk Cousins isn't winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah. He's not winning the football game.
But he doesn't have to do the hard work. If Aaron Rodgers losing the divisional round to someone else, Tom Brady goes out in the divisional round, and Kirk Cousins is playing.
Not winning a Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins pisses his pants when it's 8 p.m.
What
on Monday night.
Kirk Cousins
he's going to be like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. I'll just go out there and play great. Like, no, he's going to.
What if it's Kirk versus Dak Prescott in the NFC title game?
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'll take Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys.
You're taking Mike McCarthy in.
McCarthy has a Super Bowl.
Yes, with Aaron Rodgers. Not with.
What if the Vikings are playing?
Man, Kirk Cousins is not winning a Super Bowl. Please.
Also, 11 years
win
ago.
the Super Bowl now, and I'm
12 years ago now.
What?
The Super Bowl was 12 years ago. You can't still count that.
What?
I mean, how long ago was Pete Carroll's Super Bowl, bro? Like, what do you?
Well, you can't use that as your argument. That's why he's going to.
How long ago was Mike Tomlin's Super Bowl?
Forever, but he's never had a losing record.
2009.
So he's consistent.
When's the last time the Bengals won the Super Bowl?
Oh, up high, down hard. Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man. Oh, he missed. He missed. Oh, and he may have pulled a hamstring or a.
By the way, that last,
and there is complete elation.
That's not even a dunk.
That last clip is 2 years old. That was week 1, 2020.
Week 1, it's the Chargers.
Oh,
it was Fat Randy Bullock.
The Steelers haven't won a playoff game in like 6 years, Wilson.
Ooh.
They have 6 Lombardi trophies. Correct. You're right about that.
Wait, was the Steelers' last win when Vontaze Perfect melted?
No, they had a couple. They went to the MC or the AFC title game the year after that.
They did. I don't even remember who they beat.
They got smoked by the Patriots, man. I just know I don't know who they played. They just got smoked by the Patriots the next year.
C-Raz in the chat called me fat.
Oh,
I guess you're jealous because you lost.
You know, clearly the viewers love the viewer draft, so we should come up with different types of viewer drafts.
Yeah.
These are clearly our most popular pieces of content. Nobody wants to recaps of the shows.
Can we just do a draft every week where people can win money?
We should do like a Friday draft, just like do a random draft.
Draft.
No, you
Types of waffles.
You draft like best villains, like best movie villains. You draft best movies. You draft best 80s football players.
By the way, quick shout out to
have $10,000 rotating in space with like on these drafts.
Have you guys seen The Patient?
No,
it's with Michael Scott.
No,
it is
like Steve Carell.
Steve Carell, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's incredibly creepy. It's 3 episodes. I think it's Hulu.
Okay.
And they're only 25 minutes each.
I heard bear. Is it the bear? The bear is good, maybe.
I don't know. I watched the first episode of The Resort. That was also pretty good. I got to get back to that. But
yeah, the bear is supposed to be awesome.
That can be that we can do the draft of the draft shows. We'll have Sean on to talk about Game of Thrones, the prequel or whatever it's going on. I haven't watched that yet.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I watched the first 2. I'm probably gonna go watch the last one right now, or the newest one right now. Oh yeah, I guess we could do. Okay, what do we bring? Do you think Swimmy is watching House of Dragon?
Do you know what we could
do about it like crazy?
A separate podcast where we do.
No, please God, no. Debo reminded me that when he started, in this godforsaken job, that's when we were like neck deep into doing the Game of Thrones recaps.
He's like, what is? It's like, hey, listen, Eric.
This is not a football podcast.
Yeah, this football podcast keeps talking about Game of Thrones. So I need you're gonna have to get on there and listen to Brinson talk every day for the next 5 years
and edit it out
and get this Game of Thrones stuff out of the podcast. So figure out some way to do that. And Diva's like, that sounds great. I'm an enthusiastic young man at my job, and I'm pumped to do it. 4 years later, Diva's like, I will kill myself at the office if I'm not given a new job. I should get a joke about that, but whatever. So
the drafts. I already thought about it.
Okay, go on.
So next year, or maybe this year, we would draft people for each statistic, like who's going to lead the NFL in passing yards. We draft quarterbacks. Who's going to lead the NFL in rushing yards? We draft running backs, and we pick like 10 things so we can get 10 different listeners involved.
Most wins.
Who's going to bankroll all this? By the way, I don't have that sort of money.
What? No,
you float it. You float it. You don't have to send the money until that. Apparently, you don't have to send money for 2 years. Like
you use the rest of your tattoo money on these bets.
That's going towards Brinson's.
I mean, surely you're not going to lose all of them and be down $330 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's called confidence, Wilson.
Ryan Finley wasn't supposed to be the Steelers either. A lot of things can happen.
This is true.
A
tattoo later.
Okay.
We would draft for a league MVP.
MVP is a good call. Yeah, you do an MVP draft.
We can still do that. We could do that like in a couple weeks.
You want to do an MVP draft right now?
No, just because
it's got to be done before.
No, you can do it like we do a week.
I'll get first pick. I go Josh Allen.
What are you
I'll take Justin Herbert. He's taking Joe Burrow. Back to you.
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Mr. Trubisky. All right, back to you.
Wait, why didn't I ever get a second pick? I should have gotten 2 picks.
Yeah, we changed the rules, Breech. You got to pay attention, buddy.
This is ridiculous.
You know what we should do though, and let's add this to the list, Breech. And again, we can do this later in the season once we get a feel for it. We should do team that finishes with the worst record.
Sure,
just reverse Super Bowl draft.
Okay, least wins. Somebody asked, "What does Prisco think of Game of Thrones?" He
actually loves it.
Loves it.
Yeah,
we were in Vegas a few years ago. We were playing Game of Thrones slot machines. The dragons. That's what Pete would say. He would sit there for hours and just play with the dragons.
I could see him sitting there playing nickel slots.
Yeah, it's me, him, and Costas.
That's a crew right there.
It was something else. We're like hanging out poolside. Pete was doing weird stuff.
I don't want to imagine you or Costas or Pete poolside.
What? Me poolside? What are we talking about? Pete poolside. Man.
We saw you poolside Sunday morning.
I went poolside. I was diving into the pool. I had to dive in like 8 times. But I'm still not even close to getting rid of whatever
foreign substances in your body.
I was dealing with in Miami.
Yeah. Oh, after the 3rd time, I had to leave.
It was so cold. That water was so cold. It just shocked you with the system. Like, all right,
9 a.m. in February.
I had like 12 hours till we had to start working. Oh God, it was rough.
That's why Breech is traumatized by anything that happens near a pool now.
I figured Breech is traumatized by something other reasons with the pool.
What else happened?
Who knows what Breech has done around pools?
Oh.
I don't go to pools anymore.
Yeah, because you got kicked out.
Is that stabbing or is that something else?
That's stabbing.
I was banned from all of them.
Psycho on the person.
I don't know what Pete thinks about House of Dragons. I know that he loves Game of Thrones. I'm assuming he likes House of Dragons though. Although my concern with House of Dragons is that here we go. Is that
that's why you do it at the end of the podcast though? People just check out. It's done.
Yeah. Somebody was mad that we didn't do a recap. It's like, boy, wait, stick around for the end when we talk about like 9 minutes on House of Dragons. My concern is that there's no written content from George R.R. Martin for this series. Oh. So he's consulting, but it's like basically like you could tell like season 8 and 9 is when they got to the end of the written stuff and it just went off a cliff.
No, that's right. Although Sean pushed back. I'm looking at the comments. Jonathan Myers also says, "Welcome to Wrexham" is amazing. I watched the first episode; it's really good. It's Ryan Reynolds and
this is and the guy from Always Sunny. They do They bought
not Charlie and not the tall guy. That's the other.
Not me.
Yeah, right. Not you.
It's
the first episode was good. But
you wrote a book, Brinson. Wait, is House of Dragons based off a book? I was in the impression it was not based off something that George R.R. Martin wrote.
You're already getting called out for.
Oh, yes, it's great.
It is.
Oh, good. Okay.
Dang.
Based on the Song of Ice and Fire.
Fire and Blood, Mr.
Even I knew that, and I'm not even
dragging me. Metro Boomin asks, how do you feel about Gabe Davis? You can't have enough Gabe Davis in fantasy, I think.
If I could go and redraft everything, I would have more Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
All he does is catch touchdowns and really catch everything.
I've got a decent amount of Gabe Davis in DFS, but not enough. I have some. I had a couple Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis stacks, which is fun. You don't care.
I can't believe that Cooper Kupp and Stephon Diggs both went for over 120. It just was like quiet. You know, like you saw Kupp obviously catch a touchdown pass where he ran a fantastic route, by the way.
But the only guy that could get open.
He just kept chipping away and getting these small gains, and then ends up with 128 yards. It's like, whoa, when did that happen?
He was the only guy that could get open.
God, there was it's called the big board on Underdog where you could draft and it was before the actual NFL draft. Yeah. I had a team that's a bunch of points, but it has Calvin Ridley on it, which is kind of tough.
What do you mean before the NFL draft?
You can draft. It's a contest you can draft before the NFL draft.
So you have rookies on your team and you don't know.
Yeah, I had Breece Hall on the team. Wow.
What team they're going to play for?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I drafted him or Justin Ross. That was a miss.
I don't know if he made the team.
He's on injured reserve, I believe.
Oh, okay.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about the game or anything else in the chat before we bonk out of here? Ask your questions now or forever.
Do the Rams win next week? They play
at the Falcons. Yes.
What if they lose next week? Then my pick of them as a second rounder is going up in smoke. So
if they lose the Falcons, there is a it goes from 2.5 like max concern
to 9.9.
45.9 out of 10.
It becomes the big one, the great
At
loss.
home, 4 p.m. against the Falcons. That is a
What's that line going to be? -6.5?
10.
It's 10. Yeah.
I was going to say it's going to be that high.
Unless the Falcons somehow upset the who they play in the opener, the Saints.
At home. I mean, they could beat the Saints at home.
Yeah.
They beat the Saints
but they're
10-9.
5.5 underdog.
I mean, I would if I saw Rams -6.5 against the Falcons. That is a
Red flag is what that is.
no. It's an unload situation.
No. Well, that's what you would say because
It's such a red flag. Yeah, it's such an obvious bet that it's a red flag. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm just not sure what the. I mean, I guess Grady Jarrett.
No, there's no way on planet and God's green earth that the Falcons should even be close. They should lose by 2 touchdowns, but
yeah, in LA too. But then if you're the Rams too, you're also looking ahead because you've got the Cardinals at 49ers weeks 3 and 4, like, and then Dallas at home and then Carolina at home. Like,
all right, what's the record after that?
Atlanta is an absolute. I mean, you don't want to say week 2 is a must win. You have to beat the Falcons at home.
What week is it after the Cowboys game or the Panthers game? What week is that?
Week 7 is their bye. So after 6 weeks.
All right. So what are they through 6 games?
I think they probably split on the road against Arizona and San Francisco.
I think 3-3.
I think they win 3. Yeah, I think 4-2.
Yeah, I'll go.
Well, they're 0-1 right now.
Well, yeah.
We watched the game. We know.
Yeah, we're aware.
So they're only going to lose one
more
more
game.
game.
Point of us talking on the internet.
Oh, I didn't know that. This is live. So they're only going to lose one more game. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
Beat Arizona. Lose to San Francisco. Beat Dallas. Beat Carolina.
I think 3-3 probably. What do you think, Breech?
I think
4-2.
I think it'll split between those
4-2. 4-2. Okay.
I think they beat the Falcons. They beat the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
In the chat that the Rams are -13 next week. That's probably something that's available online.
We were at 10. Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Unless if the Falcons beat the Saints, that number will go down.
All right, -13. Who are you taking?
The Rams.
The Falcons.
Falcons are terrible, man.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can take the Falcons -13.
I mean, like I have no problem with the Falcons being like, I'm not root against the Falcons, but like they're not. I think that is a bad matchup for the Falcons.
They have Kyle Pitts.
Let's see, I can find out.
They have Drake London, who's a rookie, and that's it. They
have the week 3 lines up on here.
But I think the Rams beat the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Panthers, and split with the 49ers and Cowboys.
Okay.
Do you want to do some quick fun guessing games, or do it later in the week?
Let's do 30 seconds.
Well, it's Thursday, so there's not much later in the week left.
What's for next week?
30 seconds. We'll do 30 seconds of guessing. Of week
Colts at Jaguars.
This is week 3.
I believe it's week 2.
What's
2? Yeah, it's week 2.
What's the line?
That's what I'm asking you. What do you think the line is?
Oh, okay.
I have the lines in front of me, and I see
7.
them.
Colts are favored by 7.
Hold on. No, it's going to be closer than that. It's going to be -3.5.
Wilson -4. That is stinky. Colts can start 2-2. My Super Bowl picks up though. Buccaneers at the Saints.
At the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks by 2.
I'm going to say Bucks +1.
Bucks -3.
Yeah.
You there, Wilson, 1-1.
Love the Saints.
Dolphins at Ravens.
Hey, boy.
Remember, bear in mind, no one's seen any of these teams play.
Yeah.
Well, here first.
Okay. Minus fudge.
-2.5.
3.5.
Ravens.
-4. Ravens -4.
Aha. You should have waited, Breech. You got
at Steelers.
That's a pick 'em. Everyone knows that.
No, Steelers by 1.5.
Pats -1.5.
What?
I won that one too. I'm crushing you, Breech.
That's probably a good bet to jump on.
Wait, you think
Panthers at the Giants.
what's that? Who?
Panthers at the Giants.
Oh my God. That's off the board.
Panthers -2.5.
You don't say negative, you say minus. You like Panthers -2.75.
Well, I said it, and you know what I meant.
I'm gonna say Giants -1.5.
Oh, Giants -1. Giants -1.
Yeah, I'm killing you, Breech.
Washington at the Lions.
I mean, does anyone think Carson Wentz is any good? Look, man, I'm going. But I think so. I'll go Washington -1.
I'll go pick 'em.
It is a pick 'em.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Seattle at San Francisco.
San Fran -8.5.
I'll go San Fran -4.
San Fran -9.
What?
Man.
Good pick. That was good, Wilson.
Yeah. Have you seen Seattle?
Cardinals at the Raiders. This is gonna be excited about football. I mean,
Raiders -3.
I was gonna say about -3. I'll go -3.5.
Raiders -3.
Oh, dang it!
You both got it.
5-3. Comebacks on here, Wilson.
I said
Texans at the Broncos.
Texans at Broncos. That's
Broncos -6.
no, it's higher than that. It's going to be -8.
10.5.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So the Broncos lose at Seattle. I wonder if that gets under 10. And then
Yes.
the Texans.
Yes, it does.
Bengals, the 2021 Super Bowl losing Bengals at the Cowboys.
I mean, that's going to be
tough.
it's going to be -2.5 Dallas, although the Bengals going to win that game.
I'll say -1 Dallas.
-2.5 Dallas. Wilson.
What? Is he cheating? He's cheating.
You don't know where to go. Bears at the Packers.
That's going to be -11.5.
-8.
-10 split.
Wilson
And
went over.
finally-
I said right rules. He loses.
Oh,
I won that
Monday
one.
night game. Your Kirby Cousins at my Jalen Hurts. Vikings at Eagles Monday Night Football.
-2.5 Philly.
-1 Philly.
-2.5 Philly. Wilson with a hater to close out.
I'm beating you like I'm the Rams and you're the Bengals, Breech.
Or,
You could have been more timely with your joke. Like
Bills.
I'm the Rams and you're the Bills. My God, Wilson.
Yeah, but you're a Bengals fan. That's the whole point.
Give it the program. You don't know him anymore. I might
Hey,
switch teams.
Snoopy thinks you suck.
I like how Debo's in there. He's like, I cannot believe that this guy.
Oh, he's asleep. He ain't
And he's
even
like, he's like an hour and 15 minutes. He decides to ruin the Sunday night early.
Devo set his alarm for 1 a.m. He'll wake up and turn the podcast off and finish it.
Do we do week 3 lines? week 3 lines?
No, we'll do that next week.
God, they have week 4 lines? This is outrageous.
All right, let's do 1 week 4 line. And
I'm going to pick a random one.
remember it, Breech.
Oh, my God. This is an interesting one.
Breech, write this down and we'll revisit it and see if we're right.
The New England Patriots. This is October 2nd. That should be week 4. The New England Patriots at, is that week 4 or week 5? Or week 3? Oh, go check.
Oh, my God. Devo just jumped out the window of his apartment.
Sorry. Save us some healthcare problems.
Joffrey style.
Oh yeah, all right, this is definitely week 4.
Not Joffrey. Joffrey's brother, Breech. Oh, that's a bad one.
New England Patriots at the Green Bay Packers. Week 4.
Wait, who? What?
The New England
Patriots at Packers.
At the Green Bay Packers.
As we sit here, that line is going to be Breech -5.5.
I'll say -6.
-5.5. Oh
No. What?
How did you do that? I really
When did wins over
Are you
Wilson
cheating?
mesh?
No, I'm pretty good at sort of guessing lines. I don't know why.
That was
But-
wild. But
Wins
by the way,
over
that is
Wilson over
you
here.
could bet that on. Why would you not obliterate the Packers right now? That line should be like 8.
I don't know.
I mean, listen. I mean,
It should be, but I have a lot of reservations.
no, that is a hammer job.
All right, go for it. You
Pats
can
at
bet.
home. I mean, the
Bet.
Packers at home. Excuse me. With like
Yeah.
like if the Pats look like ass, like if the Pats lose to the Dolphins and look terrible,
They will, yeah.
that line will be 7 easily. All right, you want to do? Let's do one more from me.
All right, this has to be the last one.
Okay, just 5 or 6 more. Let's see if I find a good one.
Is there anyone left in the chat?
Yes, actually, people are saying.
Oh my
they love
gosh, what
this.
is going on with these people?
Ooh.
Well, they want to see you
Sunday
go
Night Football, Week 4.
full Rain Man and guess all these spreads.
Chiefs at Buccaneers.
Oh, that's got to
Week
be.
4,
You want to go first, Breech?
Chiefs -1.
Chiefs at Buccaneers. Chiefs -1. Okay.
I don't think the Bucs are that good, but they're second in the Super Bowl thing. Breech. Gosh, I'll go Bucs -1. I don't feel good about that.
Bucks -2.
Dang, that doesn't make sense. I agree with Breech, but
All right, one more from Week 4. Broncos at the Raiders.
Broncos at Raiders.
Mm.
Do people think? People probably think the Broncos are better. just because of Russ. But the Raiders are better, Breech.
Ooh.
Raiders -1.5.
That feels about right. I'll go -2.
Pick them.
Yeah, that's probably the right one. But I was with you there.
Okay, I got one more. Then we're done. Maybe. This is. I mean,
Hang with my toddler. One more show.
One more. Sure.
It's like
Jets, the New York Football Jets.
My plus 14.5
at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 4.
Oh,
1 p.m.
Jets at Steelers. Jets. It's gonna be like Jets plus 4.5.
I'll say Jets +2.
Jets +4.
Oh,
that is so low.
I don't know. The Steelers play down to bad teams, and that's the first week that
I would moneyline parlay the living crap out of the Steelers.
Salah did say, and by the way, Salah did say that's the first week that Zach Wilson could come back. So if he comes back that game, he's going to throw 8 interceptions. So that's.
So you can't do a money line right now on either of those games, but I'm trying to find a -4. Give me 1 second. A -4 money line to get the. So you look at like -150, and then what was the other one that we said? The -5.5. All right, but okay, so -195 is probably closer, and then the Packers were -5.5. 5.5. Oh, I got one. Okay, so Titans. That money line is +112. If you could bet it, it would be a Steelers week 4 Steelers Packers money line parlay.
I'll do it. Do it right now.
I can't.
Why not?
Because it's not available. They don't have money lines out. They don't do money lines until later in the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Usually they don't even do totals for a lot of these. Some of them have them for some odd reason. Like the Vikings and the Saints have a total up. Oh, Vikings at Saints week 4.
Hey, Breech, Chris Thomas in the comments said he loves your Chargers helmet in the background. And that's because you lived in San Diego before you had to move for legal reasons?
Yes.
Yeah.
To make a long story short.
What? Okay, you lived in San Diego. You lived in Oakland.
Yeah.
You lived in Nashville. You live in Nashville. You're from Cincinnati. Do you have the 49ers helmet? Is it like a
Bay Area.
Ray Finkel, I'm going to kill you, Joe Montana, for like beating my dad in the Super Bowl twice.
And
Falcons, Atlanta.
Don't forget the Falcons.
That's where it all started. He worked at a local newspaper covering high school sports. Is that right, Breech?
Wait, what is a 49ers helmet? Makes no sense.
Bay Area. Count the Raiders and the 49ers.
Before he got married, he would go out. He would tell the girls that he lived in San Francisco when he had to.
And then I would take Bart back to Oakland.
Mr. C. Otters in the YouTube chat. I want this sentence recorded for posterity. Clip this. Mr. C. Otters in the YouTube chat says Breech has to move every 4 years for legal reasons.
This is not even.
That sounds right.
I just like this. Like somebody it's like Mr. C. Otter says. Obviously, Breech has to leave every 4 years.
Attorney.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Okay. Somehow we dragged this into it. I feel somebody was mad about not recapping.
I cannot believe this went on for 90 minutes.
I can.
You can't?
I can't.
Welcome back, football season.
First of all, the entire after 40 minutes was just Super Bowl drafting and guessing week 4 lines. And it was a blast.
And still earlier. This is actually one of our earlier finishes, 12:46 a.m. Eastern.
Oh God,
midnight Central.
I'd sign in blood for being done before 1 a.m. every single primetime game.
It's still September 8th at Breech's house, so he's really winning this.
Oh, true say.
Not even midnight.
Okay, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like 90-minute recap of the old Thursday night home opener. Football's back. It's fun. It's exciting. We will have our best bet show in the feed on Friday, along with this 90 minutes of nonsense. See, wait till you see Sunday's recap.
Oh God.
I mean, just a sprawling mass of insanity.
14 games versus 1
Breech
game.
has promised a microdose for the show.
Again.
Yeah. Actually, no, sorry. Breech has promised to get really weird and not microdose for the show.
Right, not medicate.
That's right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For Breech, for Wilson, I'm Brinson. See you guys